optimistic, but if you have to look for the bright side of things with the Falcons, then we got to follow up on what Freddie and Alan were saying on the desk. Yeah. Mages and Dupree did not have a bad map of Counter-Strike, quite the opposite. Same for Snappy.
Yeah, definitely some good signs there. It's the core for Falcons, obviously one of the most important things to kind of get them back in form. We're going for an aggressive play towards ramp as Nuke gets underway on the pistol. Jocko, gooshed. He has to be forced away. That does open up the path down toward B. We're very likely get a plant here in a 5v5, maybe even a 5 versus 4. So good signs here. Gravity going to hold the double door position. Headshot angle, awkward to fight from there. He's got ecstasy to peek off of his contact, which is the main thing. You can tell they're kind of communicating that between the two right now, and that smoke could be pretty helpful.
Yeah, most definitely could. S1mple finds one in the meantime, though. Pit 250 into the action. Mages quit another one. A quick exchange, and by the looks of things, first round will go in the end of the day in favor of the Falcons. It's Mages quit a triple. And there you get it. There you have it. Falcons in the lead. There's a smile. There's that goddamn smile.
That goddamn smile. Can't. Oh, look at a lovely third shot on Manco as well with that 50-50. And you know, you're absolutely right in many ways, right? Like, I can make jokes that are somewhat serious about what would have happened if they had some bias, but reality is they're trying to build up once again and seeing if they can get S1mple in a sort of level of form that can really do damage at the RMR and change their fortunes overall. It's a longer term loan project, if you get what I mean. And obviously, you're not expecting someone coming back into the fold to drop 30 straight off the bat, despite his history. So we shall see. It's a good start to Nuke, but there's a force buy in position here for 3D Max.
Yeah, absolutely. We're waiting for the timing. Flash goes in, and it's perfect one. The crunch works out perfectly, and all of them just go down in an instant. You didn't win the best round just to drop the second one without getting a single kill, did you? Well, apparently you did. And welcome to the 3D Max Nuke. Yeah, this is a bit of a disaster.
From the joy of the pistol to that, the fact that you don't get one kill is wild. And the MP9s go aggressive as they so should. The Molotov's in position then, and they pinch with the lobby crunch. 3D Max's favorite breakfast cereal in that round.
Well, that lead didn't last long. I guess.
Of course. Forced by wars now, Ted. Only one option.
Unfortunately, you are going to be downgraded to just a couple pistols. So, 4 Deagos, a Tech 9. You're hoping for the best. Another lobby crunch coming in. And Mages should be a dead man walking. You will be. For 3D Max, it won't be too difficult to pick up the big picture from here on out. And again, the conversation you're going to have when you have Anubis and Nuke into the Vita right now, it's about how much closer can Falcons get to actually being all on the same page and playing the type of Counter-Strike that 3D Max is. Because you're looking at 3D Max. Yeah, there was a couple nice clutches, a couple good plays from the individuals on that map number 1. But all in all, as Alan said, and I think that's a pretty valid point, all of them are going to be on the same page. All of them are going to be making the same decisions pretty much. And you know that the rounds that they're going for are going to be really well communicated, really well trained, really well drilled. Doesn't matter how you want to explain it. 3D Max are going to be playing fundamentally probably a lot more of a correct type of Counter-Strike than the Falcons, especially when you're talking about the first visual from the Falcons. But yeah, hello to you as well.
Madden made his way all the way around ramp there, but Jocko had significant control into a lobby. Maka actually does well to take that trade, considering he was pretty much a couple of bullets from death. Now Falcons just need to make sure they don't die after the time here. That's a lovely shot from Dupree, but no, 8 seconds. He needs to get to the site right now, and S1mple needs to die, and he will. Make sure he gets that lost bonus, because if he died after time, it would have been a big issue in a round like that. But in the end, some nice shots, but only a couple. And, you know, you're absolutely spot on about 3D Max, right? They've been, as I kind of said at one point during map 1, they have been a unit for so long. Like, Gravity sure is the newest addition, but even that addition has been in the roster for a while now. He's been doing really well.
Yeah.
Every single player knows what they need to do. Like, it's sort of you're together long enough now that a lot of these sort of CT holds and trades and angles can almost be sort of communicated telepathically between them at this point. It's not something that lots of things don't need to be communicated, so that's just where they're at right now. And obviously Falcons are not at that stage. I haven't been at that stage for a while. Jocko throws util and actually loses his life and an M4, but this is a full eco, so there should still be no issues for the French.
But this opens up a little bit of space, right? You get that rifle. It opens up the opportunity for further damage, which is the key thing here for the Falcons when you're talking about full eco on the T side. And also, it's not the same as the conversation that we could have had on Anubis as well, right? If the Falcons have a slow start on the T side of Nuke, it's not necessarily going to be that detrimental to their chances to win the map as it was on Anubis. You get a 0-5 deficit on the T side of Nuke. It's not as bad, nearly as half as bad as on Anubis, for sure. But yeah, especially in a round like this one, you're probably just looking at the financial outcome. You're hoping that bar that one rifle, you're going to be able to get at least one more out of the hands of the Frenchman.
I do appreciate what Falcons are doing here. They haven't just like rushed in with the Glocks and tried to get the M4 to trade. They're actually
you want to bait out the util.
Exactly. You want to bait out the util, and you want to make 3D Max guess. Like, there is still a weird world in which this M4 could get one, maybe another 2 trades, and the round could be really interesting. There's a dink on Ecstasies, but that smoke's really good. Magix does get his kill, but he's tagged down really low now. I think Ecstasies knows what he's doing. There is one. Bomb dropped on the side. Very calm tapping from Ecstasies. And Maka will help out for the last. Lovely quad kill from Ecstasies. And a big grin will make him feel very good. And they'll win the economic battle early game.
Yeah, without a doubt, one of the, at least aim-wise, pure mechanics, most potent players on the side of 3D Max, by the way. And it has been for a long time. Yeah. You're looking at the history of Exorcist for the last 1.5 years. He switched through every single position and every single role that he could have played in the server, bar being an Oper, by the way. He's played star positions on CT, anchor positions. He's been a lurk. He's been an entry. He's been a support. He's been a mid-pack player. He's done it all. We know he's an incredibly versatile player that you can just put in every single position around the map, and he's going to be good for it.
Yep. Making that org sing as well. Not something we see as much in the modern day, but still very viable, especially on Nuke in long ranges. Didn't even need it for the long ranges that time. Falcon's first gun round is just a very plain and simple outside smokes down towards Secret, but with a combination of Maka and Gravity, already it's walking wounded.
Yeah, Exorcist gets all the confidence in towards the A-bomb side in the previous round. They don't test him. Instead, they opt for an outside play, but Maka was one step ahead of it, and Gravity's picked up another one. Make it a double for the youngster. That was Dupree trying to get Bedancian towards main. This is early on just falling apart for the Falcons. First buy round, not too much utility. They did invest into AKs primarily, by the way. Sacrificed a lot of the util for this. They get absolutely obliterated, and it's just Snappy and S1mple left. And at this point, by the way, 40 seconds. You're not going to get too many chances. There goes one, though. Missed shot from Maka, missed opportunity, and S1mple will punish. The question is, how many more can you find? Do you have that X factor left? Do you have something special in the tank? And S1mple says, yes, I might have something for you. A vintage 1 versus 2 clutch gets denied by Lucky.
Yeah, unfortunately, just not really enough time, not really enough control around the map for that one. Snappy couldn't get the second. S1mple could. That's some decent kills. One of my favorite things, actually, about having S1mple's player cam on for this one, of course, is that he still has the patented S1mple shake. And it's shaking his whole desk and his camera whenever he gets a kill. Sure. It's amusing. It's amusing. But, yeah, I think, to be fair, that round was always a lost cause. He does his best, to be fair to him.
I mean, in a 2v5, they do get 3 kills. They're nearly a bomb plant, so it was a pretty nice try. Yeah. You're keeping the CT side economy at bay. It's not like it didn't make a difference, especially if you get 2 or 3 kills now with the half buy. The 3D Max money is not going to be that ideal, so there could be a leeway back. All of those kills in a round like this one, when you're T side Nuke, they matter. They do make a difference. If you start winning rounds. That's the if. Yeah, I wanted to add that. If you don't win another round, it's not gonna make any difference. If you start winning them, then it will. And so far, Thunderpick don't seem to be showing a lot of support for the cause of S1mple and the Falcons right now with those odds. Of course, you
No.
can't really blame them. 3D Max have been playing some great Counter-Strike, but 3D Max still on the CT side. And if the Falcons are able to get enough here done on the offense, then maybe there could be a conversation to be had in the second half. There probably won't be a conversation to be had in this round, though.
A shot for Maka, actually. That was a wider angle toward Hell than perhaps he was necessarily wanting. Nice shot, s1mple. Here we go. Jocko will go down. There is a gun to be retrieved, obviously, there. And that is the A1S. Single door open. And gets the information on the jump spot. Going to try a different duel instead. And he finds Lucky being cheeky with it. But Ecstasy had already pushed onto the site, realizing that could be a possibility. And they pincer from both sides.
You know what? This is 2 rounds in a row in which I actually did believe that s1mple could pull off a miraculous play. So he's toying with it.
He's got aura still, mate. Whatever you say about him, he's got cultural impact. There's a reason why...
I can't believe you used that word. Twitch chat will love it, but...
There's 30,000 viewers in here for a reason. He's got cultural impact. He's got aura. But it's a case of, trying to rebuild that in the modern day.
That's the pure Maui Snake vocabulary right there, folks.
Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. I had to say it.
Yeah, no, we love Maui.
s1mple now boosted up outside with the AK. When you see a little run boost even put into play on that sort of idea to get a player on the deeper box outside, but more shallow angle this time. You can see. I'll try and move forward now. Head spotted! Oh. Good reaction, Maka. He does such great work on this map usually as the captain and Orpa, and keep an eye out for him for the rest of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a difficult start for Madden as well. He had to register his first kill, and there it goes. Break the smoke, flash in. Set up Joko for a kill, and he just made the steps falling back. This is a perfect bait. Lucky, ready to strike, and pre right into it. Snappy, s1mple. Another 2 versus 4, but this time it will have to be just s1mple in a 1v4 situation. And all of us were excited for the return of the king. This would definitely be a warm hello from him.
He's getting flanked, though, so fast. Gravity's in a good position, too. And there we go. Good little shift from Gravity. Wins the duel instantly. And 3D Max looking strong on CT. As you'd expect from this team on recent results, obviously. They've been continuing their online grind a lot. 3D Max recently very different to Falcons, to be fair. But obviously there have been some slightly poorer results. They missed out on making Pro League next year through ECL. They fell to Res Champions Namiga in the lower bracket of that one. So that is definitely a big one they've missed out on.
I was going to say, recent results when you're talking about 3D Max, Nuke has been absolutely atrocious, right? You're looking at 5-13 to Sashi, 8-13 to TSM, 7-13 to Spirit Academy. Parry Vision and Sol were the last 2 teams that they were able to take down on it. Sol probably the best out of the lot, definitely the best out of the lot, but recently it hasn't been perfect. So this is a bit of a breath of fresh air here for the Frenchman as well. This one, just a bit of a half by the hero AK and Galil. AK still in the mix for s1mple, and he's found a double. Now this one is definitely doable. This one is definitely winnable. And s1mple has something to say about it. That's why you give him the AK after all those months. And it has to be a 1 versus 2 for the ace clutch.
Jocko's 8 HP. This is a moment we've been waiting for. It's definitely an opportunity, and without a doubt the best one yet in multiple rounds. Jocko and Lucky are trying to team up together here. Trying to not give s1mple 1v1s when they know they're both low. Only just more health combined between the 2 of them compared to s1mple. He's got a smoke. He's got the bomb on his back still. 35 seconds. Make his way down toward B. There is some movement coming in from 3D Max across the map. They're checking all these eventualities. But s1mple will be trying his utmost to put himself on the map once again in professional Counter-Strike. Single door open. Right-click smoke on the site. Checks the rafter smartly. Will plant the bomb in that smoke, and he'll be allowed to do so. Alert smoke from Jocko. s1mple now has the opportunity to get back through single, actually. I don't think he made any sound cues with that one necessarily.
No.
So, he set up in single with Jocko and Lucky. ready to retake. There is a kit on Jocko, but with 8 HP on that kit, it could be very awkward. He's now shown his position though. There is a wallbang possibility through these walls, don't forget. One bullet has to connect with Jocko though, and that can make it so awkward. And now, a fresh reload. They have to stick it. He's taken Jocko off of it. Hang on.
He's done it.
Lucky. Oh, so much damage done. He's picked up the kit. It's going to be so close. S1mple is clutch.
Yeah, he's done it. There he goes. A 1v2 for the ace clutch. And bound for the return of the king. That's why you want to see him back in the server. That's the impact he can bring in. We're not even going to look at the kills. We're just going to look at him. Okay, there you go. You give him that single AK, that singular rifle of hope. He turns into gold. That's why you all tuned into the stream as well. That's why you all wanted to see him play. After all those months, he still has it.
There it is. We've had our S1mple moment for the series, and who knows, we could have plenty more.
You know what? I told you, I just felt like it was cooking, right? You see him in those 1v4s getting 2 kills every single time. There was something, man. He had to. He had to. It was written in the stars.
Yeah, it really was, wasn't it?
Yeah, supposed to happen. Sad part is they still might lose this one 0-2.
I know, right? It's only one round, isn't it? Like, that's just the reality of the situation.
It's kind of like okay, something great has happened. You get all ecstatic and you're screaming, you're happy, everything's fine. Snap back to reality now. You're still 2-6 down, and 3D Max. I don't think they look like they intend to really slow it down.
Yeah, that is just an immediate rebuttal, isn't it? It's exactly what you want. I appreciate the attack pause coming in at that sort of time. Right, you want to just sort of calm down after a hectic round like that. But 3D Max will bounce straight back, and it's going to have to be a 3v5. Another disadvantageous round. He's in a good position as well. He's got teammate support from Gravity, and Dupree's down straight away. There's no way in here. Bomb on Snappy's back toward door with S1mple next to him, but it's just a matter of waiting for the next 45 seconds or so, to be honest, to try and see if one of these 3D Maxes go searching, but it's just not going to happen. Now, S1mple needs a 1v5 total. Yeah. Information on the second, but Exorcist will take it this time. He's 13-3, by the way.
Yeah, he's an absolute monster. That's why we talked about the versatility, right? And you see the reaction. There's nothing worse than winning a round like the previous one and then seeing how your team just gets absolutely wiped away from the map in the next one. And you know what? We're going to have all the conversations about S1mple, about the Falcons. This is going to be the main storylines. This is going to be where the conversations have directed themselves to. And it's only natural, right? There's no way you could not have massive respect for everyone on the team, and especially for S1mple on it. But 3D Max have been playing some great fundamental Counter-Strike, and they are showing that they probably deserve to win this one 2-0. A-Pop comes in. Utility is great. Gravity with a double Exorcist still towards the back of the bomb site. Doesn't even need any support. Gravity's just doing all of it on his own.
Oh, okay, even gets caught at the end there by S1mple. But it's only a dink. Good reaction. All 5 alive for 3D Max, bolstering their funds ever further. There's a lot of comfort right now.
Yeah. Also, this is a great opportunity again, as we pointed out, because there's going to be a lot of eyes on this game. I know that 3D Max is not that type of an online team that's never had their chance to play a top-tier tournament, right? They've played back-to-back EPL seasons as well, so people know what they're capable of, and they were quite close to making playoffs in the most recent one, made playoffs in the one in May, for the previous season of the ESL Pro League. But what you're seeing right now from the Frenchman is just pure masterclass on the CT side, and Madden tries absolute best to keep the Falcons in this round, but it's just looking like 9 at least. Exorcist finally gets dealt with, but it's lucky with the double kill. And we were talking about Exorcist as well. I feel like now with Night 2 being picked up by ENCE, people are starting to turn an eye towards the French scene once again to produce some top-tier talents. I think a lot of people are overlooking the huge potential that Gravity has. And I think the reason is because everyone is so familiar with everyone else on the team of 3D Max, right? They're names that have been around for such a long time. Exorcist obviously not getting the amount of chances that Gravity, Mecha, and Lucky has, especially, or not Gravity, but Joko, sorry. But Exorcist and Gravity have been playing incredibly good Counter-Strike. And let's not forget, Exorcist has been playing on this level for a long time. He's 23. Gravity is just 20.
Yeah, it's still a young team, and it almost doesn't feel that way, doesn't it? Does it? Oh, Madden, this is not the right play, I'm afraid. Tries to creep through the smoke to get some control, but they are pinching toward A, and it's working brilliantly. Simple's found 2, and Snappy has got that flank on Gravity. The round has switched on its head in the matter of a few seconds. It is the last of the half, of course. They need this third desperately. Simple playing corner of top part, spots the corner of Maka, and that, as you can see, will whiff the last, but he's done his job. 3 kills in the round, 13 and 11 in the half. He is kind of a one-man army in this one, but Lucky still has a chance to clutch. He's 12 and 4, don't count him out. Dupree with the picked up org will seal it. Something to work with for Falcons.
Yeah, but even then, you can see the smile on the face of Lucky there, right? He knows that the spam was accurate, and he knows that he had a shot in this one. Great work by s1mple once again, by the way. Found that double to open up the A bomb side onto Joko and Exorcist. Even the third onto Maka, they're just not ready for the boosted angle on top of the HUD. So you are seeing 3 rounds on that D side, 2 of them single-handedly picked up by s1mple. Unfortunately, his next teammate on the scoreboard after him, and s1mple's on 13 and 11, is Snappy, and he's on 6 kills.
That is the biggest problem, isn't it? It was the core riflers were doing great work for Falcons on map 1, and I'm afraid it's the opposite on map 2. s1mple has kind of won 2 of their rounds, 2 of their 3 rounds single-handedly.
It's a bit different and a bit more difficult to have that solo impact that you can have as an anchor on Anubis on a map like Nuke, obviously.
Yeah.
Even as an extremity player on the T side, Magisk, Dupree, and towards BNA on Anubis were doing a really good job. Magisk was genius in towards that A-bomb side.
Oh, little angle being held there. Damage will Snappy dropping down to the side. They now know Lucky's got control. Second half pistol. I mean, MR12, 9 threes can turn into 9 sixes very, very quickly. So it'll be a big one for Falcons. They've got some information, but not really a whole lot. And now s1mple will hear them coming down toward his position. He's going to choose to play the site silo. That is a great position to play. You can only see legs. And he will spam down the legs of one. Good flank from Lucky, or at least he was Magisk, but there's a lot of players on the side. Uh-oh,
no
Maka's found Dupree. s1mple's on his own. Lovely tap, lovely second. Let's go, s1mple. Let's go, Falcons. They're in the CT side.
All right. Yeah, this is, we're keeping it on track, right? This is what, 4 rounds now. s1mple has picked up a multi-kill in 3 of them and single-handedly picked him up for the Falcons. And I don't want to say single-handedly because obviously he wasn't the one to start a round, but this one nearly falling apart there if it wasn't for him picking up that double towards the end. A triple overall in the round. 16 kills on his second map. And it's not going to be an easy comeback, but definitely if there was a side, if there was a map on which you'd want to see s1mple play well and put your eggs into the comeback basket, it would be the CT side of Nuke.
Interestingly, no force.
Unless you get ecoed, but they won't.
True. Yeah, there's no issue here. This is just a pure eco this time. Going for the AKs in the third. That's a smart decision. I've seen many teams choosing to force on the second round after losing the pistol after a 9-3 half, and as I said, suddenly it can turn into 9-6. Now you have a bye at 9-5.
You know what's the thing? I don't believe 3D Max really don't see a world where they let that nuke slip, especially with how lackluster it has been recently.
Yeah.
If you get the opportunity to have a 13-5, 13-6 comfortable win against the Falcons in s1mple's return, when s1mple is playing that well on map 2 as well, you're going to take your chances. You're not going to underestimate it. You can't possibly underestimate a team that has the single player with the most amount. Well, not the single player with the most amount of majors won, because there's a couple ones that he's lined himself. Oh, no. Yeah, actually, the single player with the most amount of majors won. Zonic, Mages, s1mple, who's the greatest FPS player alive, probably. you can't underestimate them, no matter what the circumstances are. So yeah, I don't think we're gonna see 3D Max just throw themselves out there and be like, yeah, we're just gonna force every single time we get a chance to.
Dupree, that's a big one to win. With the MP9 still against Maka. Now it's Magisk on ramp. I like this angle a lot. Usually it's not the first one checked, and it works out to 2. Magisk is still so good in these anchor positions. And Ecstasy honestly does quite well to trade. But now he's alone with 23 health. The bomb and a dream, but unlikely to be around.
Yeah, absolutely. And now we're getting back to seeing some anchoring masterclasses from Magisk as well, right? T-side was a lot more complicated, but let's not forget, on Anubis in towards A, he was pivotal, vital for the few rounds that the Falcons were able to pick up. And there goes Dupree. Magisk trying to hype everybody up. There still is a way for the Falcons to get back into this nuke. This is not out of question. Completely not out of question.
Especially with the first gun round under their belts. Important round from Dupree to feel like he gets into the game now as well. Quick multi.
That's the thing. With a team like the Falcons, T-sides are probably going to be where you struggle, right? We had that conversation as well on the first map. T-sides have been lackluster, and it's really difficult to actually see why, because you should have really good pieces. You should have really good pieces when you play defaults. You should have, on paper, an in-game leader that's really good with flying on the co, mid-rounding, really smart coach IGL combo. But on the CT side, because of the really good players that they have and the fact that everyone individually can make good decisions about their own positions and should be good communication-wise, they are actually a team that can do some decent damage when they're on the defense. Offenses, though, have been a bit strugglesome, to say the least.
The slight tech delay is Falcons with some issues on their team speak. Hopefully we'll get that resolved. For now, we've got some banging tunes to relax to.
I actually didn't see that, by the way, but 12:45, so midway through map 1.
Go on.
I thought that was production. Alan had actually messaged me, s1mple has died for this. Obviously, that was on map 1.
That was on map 1.
Yeah.
Now it's looking a lot more promising, and that's what we want to see. He's 18 and 12, and it's kind of won 3 rounds single-handedly, 3 important rounds for Falcons. Right. He's now got his AWP out on CT. Snappy, door player, will take a tag to the molly. Annoyingly, probably for him. Didn't want to himself a bit fallible to these pistols, obviously. These Tech 9s and P250 will be more easy to one-dink him from range now. But this is just a slower round from 3D Max. Want to bleed out some of that utility on Falcons. Maybe go for a proper execute with these pistols. They've got the smoke. Got the molly and a couple of flashes. These sort of rounds have proven a bit problematic for Falcons in this series already.
Yeah. That's definitely that type of round that you don't want to drop against the pistols. And unless the Tech 9 gets into a funky position, everything should be all right. There's a couple missed shots in the mix, though. And s1mple, I need a little bit of support. Gravity gets himself into a great spot, though, but it's the AVP of s1mple. Ringing in towards that A bomb site. Gravity has picked up an M4. It's s1mple with the triple once again. The one to keep Falcons from sinking.
My word. This is what we wanted to see. You said, Ted, you said it earlier, like if we get one up in the series or even in the entire group stage where he drops a decent 25 kill game, you'll be, that's your prediction, and we could get it already right here.
You know what's the thing? He might need a little bit of time to get comfortable within that entire thing, but I just find it crazy that people assume it's the same opinion that a lot of people had after they saw, let's say, 2 or 3 months of weaker Nico form at the start of CS2. There's no way you're just looking at some of the greatest players ever and you're just saying there's no chance for them to become great again or good enough. Yeah. Right? When I say good enough, I don't mean good enough to play tier 2, good enough to be one of the best players in the world. It's a matter of whether they want to become as good, whether they're ready to put in the work, whether they have the motivation, whether they're going to have the right teammates. Yes. But pure skill-wise, of course they can do it.
That's what makes the CS scene so fascinating, right? Like, there's absolutely no doubt that s1mple playing well Just adds an extra layer to professional Counter-Strike. It's a good thing for the game. We'll get more viewers. Full stop. Snappy, and he just gets back down to secret.
I actually care only about watching him play. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it's just great. You're going into tournaments. It's a completely different energy.
It really is, isn't it? I mean, even him playing in Challenger, obviously that'll be his first LAN. And that's gonna be super exciting.
Yeah. What world we live in. Simple in the ESL Challenger event.
True.
That's gonna be a sick one though. It's gonna be exciting.
It's a great challenger. There's, Eternal Fire will be there. There's some real top teams that are gonna prove themselves at that event. But got quite a lot on his plate here. Hang on. I think we're looking to perhaps go toward A, and they still are. X6 is taking down Madden, and dupreeh is kind of stuck in between, worrying about hut door and Squeaky. He's got some support now and some damage actually through the hut wall. And they've losing that opening kill on Madden gives 3D Max so many options.
Yeah. Absolutely, and it makes it so uncomfortable for the player towards the back of the side. You can see dupreeh was looking up towards the heavens, jiggling between angles, didn't know which way to look, and at the end of the day, he's going to be looking down. He's out of the round. Gravity still trying to get those guns out of the hands of the Falcons. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. 3D Max still in a position where they could contest this one, and for Snappy, s1mple, and Mages, unfortunately, the call is the safe, and 3D Max are still going to get up to 10 rounds here.
This was actually quite an important one for 3D Max. Falcons were building up ahead of steam, and so was s1mple. So, they're going to cancel that out, cancel that momentum slightly. With a really good play, actually. Good decision making. Once they got the opening kill, they didn't just rush into the play, make a decision too quickly. Teamed up together and took the right call.
Sure.
Transition into Exorcise tells us that 3D Max are up to 10.
Yeah, still in a much better position. There's the replay. Yeah, I'm not sure we really needed this one. It's, our observing team has been on point so far today, by the way. Props to them. As a proper Gen Z merchant, I'll say it. Based production. Absolutely phenomenal. If we get the chance to beat the hell out of a dead horse, we're doing it. dupreeh fails an 8 or a silent jump, or not even silent, just falls down and takes some damage, we are going to see it again. A tactical timeout coming in though. As we said, 3D Max still not out of the deep just yet. They had a great first half on Nuke, but the T side so far has provided one buy round on the board, and that's about it. You still need to do a whole lot more if you want to win here. Well, I say a whole lot. You need 3 more rounds, and this is probably the most important of the lot. You're looking at the money for the Falcons. s1mple's got a little bit in the bank account. Mages has something saved up. Everybody else, though, in a pretty bad position if they lose this one.
Big one now. Falcons with one chance in this series, and that's a great start. Naka tries to go aggressive outside. s1mple catches him through the corner of the smoke. He tried to leap over it. 22nd kill of the game. Keep on counting them. A nade to break into that speaking spike, but of course it does some damage to the teammates as well. And it might mean that they get even some assists on the kill feed there. As you can see, Jocko more damage unlucky than perhaps he would have wanted. And s1mple rotates in for the last. That is the important round. Maka looking a little bit frustrated, and maybe 3D Max need to put out some new ideas.
Of course you're going to be looking frustrated, right? After map number 1 and after a 9-3 half here, yeah, you did lose a couple rounds to a well-playing s1mple, but you didn't see that one coming. You didn't see him dropping 23 kills and just being all around the place. And this is something that you could obviously, talk about when you go back in time. You remember how good the nuke for Navi was. s1mple has always been quite potent when it comes down to this map. It's the map on which he won his one and only major. Or at least the final map of it.
Yep.
So there's a lot of history here. Even though it's a different game. This time around, though, not going to get a clear line of sight in towards outside. So doesn't have a confirmation that 3D Max have crossed down, but they still have one player that's already rotated. And that's going to be Snappy.
Yeah, Magic, dupreeh, and Snappy had 3 HEs, but they weren't really in a position to break that smoke for s1mple on a good timing. Sometimes you see CT side even stack those HEs to break open those outside smokes on different timings. Madden still waiting in mini. And good vision on Maka very early on. Definitely had the advantage in that duel. Snappy looking to play around this smoke near secret. Got good control in this position now, does Snappy, and s1mple has found Jocko once again. He will finally go down to Gravity, and that is maybe a path in toward the A site with the pinch coming in from Lucky, but Madden is still here, and Dupree playing backside silo once again. There is a crossfire available for Falcons. 35 seconds, Madden looking to want to swing for it first, looking to take initiative, but that's a good kick from Exorcise, and Dupree only gets one. It's back into a 2v2.
Yeah, you needed Madden to get at least one there. Dupree does all that he could to try and keep them in the round, but it's still not going to be an easy retake, and you have to do it without your clutch hero so far off the map. You have to do it without s1mple, with Snappy and Magisk, and Snappy just going up the vent. Surely he's the dead man walking. Lucky just strikes him down, and it has to be Magisk in the clutch. Kit picked up, flash available, no smoke, no molotov, nothing to isolate those fights with, and now he's been spotted out. Damage comes in. He's going to be able to finish off the first one, but eyes on the minimap. Exorcist is just pushed all the way in towards lobby and in towards heaven. Magisk is not going to read into it. He's just not going to be ready. He turns around, and does he really have it? I think he does. That's why you never write him off. Magisk with a magical 1 versus 2.
That is ridiculous from Magisk. He had absolutely no right to win that duel on Exorcise. Rotating in from heaven. That is unreal. He was so low. The first kill is obviously a bit awkward, but he still gets it with a relative amount of health still intact, and that reaction is unbelievable. That is a massive lifeline for Falcons in this game, and Magisk, he is just so good in those clutch situations and those anchor rolls. Showing up once again when his team needs him most. He was brilliant on map 1, a little bit quieter on map 2, but that's his round. And s1mple reacts to the first on Gravity once again, but he does get caught by Silo this time.
Yeah, that's how you want to bounce back after a round like the previous one if you're a 3D Max. But now you're using all the money that you have, and you need to really make this one work. Dupree will go down. Snappy caught in a bit of a switch up, and Magisk on the edge of the smoke. This is the response that they were after. And let's not forget, last round might have been a clutch, but that means Magisk was all alone. Everyone else had died, and money is still not out of the doldrums here for the Falcons. Madden could drop the bomb here. There is a crazy universe in which Madden, from actually wanting to save, could pull this one off.
Okay, Exorcist and Lucky need to team up together. Just take a 3-2-1, swing it together, go toward that bomb together. But Madden, if you can isolate these duels, there's definitely a chance. Deep nade, he's got more util, and as you say, it's actually pretty decent, but they have nabbed the bomb away. And now he'll realize that Exorcist has hopped it back toward A, and Lucky is still staying put outside. Exorcist, it's obviously they're split up. Madden might realize that they have split them up right now, and now he surely will realize that. So if he just holds the angle, Lucky could peek too soon. It's all a battle of timings. He's even trying to throw utility toward heaven and the side to try and bait out these positions. And there we go. He's found Lucky. Exorcise. Oh, no bullets left. Surely he has to go to the pistol, and does. But unfortunately, Exorcise is too strong for him. Great try, but not to be.
Yeah, it's just really, really difficult to say just NT after this one, even though it was a great attempt. He played it to perfection, by the way. That was so intelligent from Madden. He just knew what was going on at all times, but some nasty shots coming in from Exorcise. And the worst part about all of this is that they gave him a reason to go for the clutch. He almost made it work.
Yeah.
But he doesn't save the M4 in the end of the day because he had to go for that clutch. So now you're looking at the buy for the Falcons. This is everything. All that they've got. 3 MP9s, an M4 and Magisk, and a Deagle for s1mple, who's hit 25, but might still end up losing the map.
Yeah. Lobby control has been heard as well by Lucky, so he's not going to just throw his Galil away by taking an anchor duel in a default position when they've got multiple players coming your way. Dupree, big shadow advantage. That's good intel. You can actually choose to nade them as well. And s1mple's found one anyway with that Deagle outside. Dancing around red box. Still alive right now. Finally will be removed, but it baits in Magisk for another kill. Gravity will get that one in the end. But it's a 4v3 for Falcons. Magisk and Snappy walking wounded. That's the biggest problem. And look at how much map control, of course, 3D Max have.
Oh, Gravity's heard a drop. This is absolutely massive. They're not going to be ready for the timing. Magisk needs to turn around. He's been spotted out. Gravity walking out. How many do you get out of this, though? Magisk is all alone here. Now he's going to see the second player. Did he spot the head? I'm not sure. Magisk is a dead man walking. There goes the first one. Are you ready for the MP9, though? Madden up close. Mac is going to take care of him. And this A-bomb side is falling down. Falcons, that looks so good at the start. But if you're Dupree and Snappy, surely at 11-9 you don't want to, but you definitely have to consider the possibility of just the save. You're not going to have anything, especially if there's a rifle somewhere to get picked up.
Yeah, it's painful, but it's the reality. Lucky having control as well means you can't just fly up the ladder. You might just want to try and get some kill reward with these MP9s, because you can still buy MP9s in the next round, but yeah, it's obviously will be nice to have as much as possible. We'll try and play some exits, as you can see. Awkward duel, really awkward when you have to fire through the grate like that. And Dupree, super long range with the MP9. Dinks won't be doing a hell of a lot. It does contribute to the kill on Lucky via the bomb explosion, and then that bomb explosion actually gives him a Galil as well. So it's something, but I'm afraid Falcons are on the brink of going toward that elimination match later this afternoon.
Yeah, good news is that you're not going out of the event, and we are seeing some positive signs here. I mean, Magiskin and Dupree had a great map 1. S1mple's having a good performance here on Nuke, but there's obviously going to be a little bit of frustration with how this one has been going. It did really look like they could pull this comeback off, but it will have to be another one. It will have to be another stretch here of some magical rounds on the CT side, and the first one is going to be the most complicated of them all. Pistols, SMGs, backs turned up against the wall, and 3D Max might be going through to the winner's game, as we pointed out already, we mentioned earlier. We do have that entire Group A being played out today, bar to decide their matchups. So Falcons, 3D Max, they will play once again. 3D Max, by the looks of things, will be playing the winner of VP and OG, and if the Falcons end up really dropping that nuke, then they will be playing the loser, respectively, of the same series. But for now, getting back to it, a Galil for Dupree, an MP9 for Snappy, and everybody else is on the pistols. And they need something even more magical than the Thunderpick offer.
Exactly. I mean, you mentioned it, Theodore, Mr. S1mple. He's got his 25 kill game already, but I'm afraid his teammates have gone missing in this one. I think 3D Max have done just about enough to keep Falcons at arm's length in this game. S1mple, what a reaction. That is just brilliant first bullet accuracy, but again, it's an instant trade. And the Galil, the picked up Galil on Dupree, they know that's the gun. Maka's trying to isolate it. He'll force him back towards the site, but again, 3D Max have the whole map to their sort of roaming, and look at that. Exorcist will deal with Snappy as well, down towards Secret. That is almost the end, I think, for Falcons in this one.
Yeah, picking up the pace now towards the end. There goes another one. It's just Madden and Magisk left. And Magisk had so many good moments on Anubis and towards the A-bomb side, but this time 5-7 long range spotted out as well, and he doesn't even know it. This one is so over. Lucky instant headshot. Madden left him to 1 versus 4. And there goes the first, but he's been tagged down in the process. 19 HP to work with just the Galil up against 3 3D Max players, and they know exactly where he's coming from. This one should be over. This one is definitely over now.
Yeah, 1 bullet from death, I'm afraid. Lucky's had a brilliant map 1 and a really solid map 2, but all the props, I think, when it comes to the numbers, has to go to Exorcist. He's been brilliant, and Lucky, even though he's blind in the corner, will deal with Madden. 3D Max will spoil the S1mple debut, but you have to say, they deserved it.